So I will talk to you about my PWS daughter Elisa. She is now 35 years old, about 10 years living now out of home, about the success and the challenges. She was diagnosed with PWS deletion only at the age of 7. She showed a distinct hypotonia, walking at the age of 3. She showed poor motor skills and a growth hormone treatment only from 12 to 14 years. But she has also good skills, language skills, etc. Well, when she was 24 years old, we were confronted with an alarming bodily and mental health condition. Her BMI was 44 and she had a weight of 111 kilos. She lived then in a daily structure in a heterogenic care with planned activities for people with handicaps, and she was living at home. At 2013, we did a joint decision to move to a well-established PWS group home in Bavaria, but also it was 400 kilometers away from home. Next. Well, 3 years later, at the age of 27, there was really a success, a weight loss of 40 kilos. Her BMI 30, 71 kilos. You can imagine her pride and self-consciousness. Her comments, I am healthier, I have new friends who have the same condition, I have a job which I like very much and I can choose. I am an adult person with my own experiences out of my family home, and I have 2 homes now. Next. I just want to tell you a little bit about the travel experiences. Because it's a challenge. She has to travel from one home to the other 4 hours per train, with one change in Munich, a very busy station, and the train connections are really unreliable. Also, she reads the timetables quite well, and she is also able to ask for help if necessary, to carry her heavy luggage, etc. But after some bad experiences at the main station in Munich, there are many coffee shops, many people, long walking distance from one train to the other. So we decided to pick her up in Munich every time. I also want to say that in the last 10 years, she never refused to return to her second home. Yes. Well, in 2020, during the pandemic period, we had to live a quite difficult crew change. The general manager who managed the facility for more than 20 years went into retirement. The director of the group home and the staff quit. The possibility of recruiting new staff caused problems again because staff with no or little PWS knowledge was employed. What does this mean? The consequences for the PWS persons were a very increasing insecurity, uncertainty, loss of trust, loss of attachment figures, and not enough staff to maintain care standards. Fewer leisure time offers less time for personal contacts. Very important things we know. From my surprise was, in this time, the capacity of resilience of my daughter, but also of her flatmates. Next. Like Amalia was explaining us, talking about food and money management, I just want to tell you our story. The object in the facility is the best self-management as possible. What does that mean? Dinner is served at the working place, but she has to face some difficulties with the canteen. They serve too much carb. Her decision, I want a reduced portion and a low carb nutrition. It is her decision because she thinks or she presents that I am responsible for my own body. It's a long learning process that, in this case, she sees that she is responsible for her health condition. Also, she cannot manage it all the time. Okay, breakfast, supper, and lunch is prepared by themselves under supervision in her own kitchen, in her own apartment. The fridge is closed and only opened when in cooking times. Once a week, they go shopping by themselves with a supervised shopping list. Of course, there are often long discussions. What is the best product? With the low, less calories and the best price. And there are quite a lot of discussions between her and her flatmate. One of the company rules is weight control every day. This affects her mood quite often because every kilo more means a disappointment. And then she commands, I have to do more exercise to manage my kilos. If she does it, I'm not so sure all the time. About the money management, she tries to learn to manage her spendings. She tries to do it, but a caregiver is still present for the payment in supermarkets. And for private expenses, for shampoos or little things, she has to ask the caregivers all the time. So money control is completely in hands of the caregivers. That's for me, it's very okay, and also for her. But regarding self-management, it is not nice to see that if she wants just a TV magazine, she cannot do it because the caregiver who has the money is not here. You know, these stories. Okay, next one, please. Her employment and the way of payment. Her daily work is 5 days a week from 8 to 4, Fridays until 12 o'clock. Her function is to color the ceramic objects, and she is very happy with her work. It is a very well-organized work, effective and meaningful business. We know what it means for quality of life. She has to follow the collective agreement and has her appropriate salary like everybody else. She is not out of norm. The holidays follow the labor law for disabled persons. And because of the traveling distance, it's a pity that the weekends and 3 days at home are really rare. Next one. Another important topic are the relationships. In her group home, it's her own house, 11 persons with PWS are living. It is really a great chance of experience with a peer group. She shares her apartment with one younger flatmate. And in the whole facility, there are about 70 persons with PWS living and working. It is now really a big familiar community with common activities and so on. Another thing, the boyfriend. For more than 7 years now, she has a boyfriend and a very dynamic relationship, you can imagine. He lives in another group home not far away. They meet each other every day, traveling to work and have regular chats on the phone. And I can say he's one of the most demanded men in the facility. You can imagine the situation of jealousy and struggles and discussions. And so Elisa, she learned during all these years to keep her life secret, her private life secret. They have sexual experiences, so it is quite difficult to meet because they have to coordinate the dates with their caregivers. And they have to face different moral opinions. So privacy is hard to obtain. My personal doubts, he like PWS man, is he putting his own needs and wants first? Elisa is very fixated on him and she thinks he is the best one for her. And on the other side, I don't know. Okay, next one, please. She is very lucky because she has a warm-hearted relation to numerous family members and friends. Also, the long distance to home restricted possibilities to meet each other more frequently. Okay. So, last but not least, I want to face a topic which maybe some of you are familiar with, the wish to have children. After very precise talks with her gynecologist, a bit difficult word, about the possibilities to perceive and to give birth, including in vitro fertilization, I have to tell that she really has big knowledge about all these issues. You know, they have success to internet. They talk to one another. So they are not little children anymore in this way. The results of all these thoughts were explicit. Her comprehension to become mother of a baby is impossible. You can imagine the sadness. Her decision and her outcome-oriented decision. I want to become a mother of a reborn baby doll. These baby dolls are very natural, weight and size are like a newborn baby. The joy was perfect. Her side is, I know it is a doll, but it is my baby. So there is no confusion that it is another object. You can imagine that new troubles began. How is the reaction in the group home, not only of the colleagues, but also of the staff? Is it okay to go shopping with my baby? Or may I buy a baby carriage? Because her experience is she wants to experience how it is to go with a baby. Yeah. It's different with little children. All these questions are still the purpose of many disappointments. Due to these questions, you know, and the staff has different opinions. There are quite a lot of discussions. Okay, we come to the conclusion. The good things, living out of home, and the challenges. The most important thing, I think, is health. And not health, bodily health, but also mental health. Also, I have to see that individualized medical care in a big group is really difficult. She is now a lot of more, she lives more independence from a one-sided interrelation. You know, we as parents, we are very close to our children. Maybe you know the term of the helicopter parents. Maybe we have no chance to only to be like that. More independence, but also a partial loss of a parental authority. For her, it means an increasing experience of self-determination. She has the lack of a variety of experience of life. And I see an improvement shifting in emotional perspective. She learns more to be outcome oriented, to look for solutions herself, and she is really more self-conscious. But stubbornness, emotional outbursts because of controls and limits, they are not done. Her identity as a PWS person, PWS is no longer more a minority group. She is part of a community. And of course, PWS attitudes are present in daily life. They are normal. She has a chance of an increasing relationship. She has a chance of love attachments and also common activities. At the other side, love affairs are big troubles in the community and they keep it very easy. And the diminished contact to family and friends at home, I have to mention too. Okay, to live out of home for PWS means not a cure for PWS, but I think it's really a chance to support a process to a better quality of life. Okay, thank you.